and welcome to another episode of HBTG, History Behind the Games. This series is not just to discuss the games, but to give some historical background behind them that may have influenced the game creation itself, or parts of its development. With the debut of the Xbox One X, I decided to talk about the first game to accompany the introduction of the first Xbox One back in 2013, Crytek's Ryse, Son of Rome. A third-person action game, the story is based in ancient Rome, following Marius and his story of duty and revenge. The name Marius itself being the name of a famous Roman general. A beautiful game. The graphics alone could put some other games to shame. An important note for this show. Although the story itself is fictional, it borrows many events throughout Roman history and fits them into one narrative. We will be covering the historical background of only some of them, or else we'd be here for a while. So, without further ado, let's see where the developers got inspired. One of the antagonists in the game would be the warrior and queen of the Iceni, Boudicca. The oral records we have of Boudicca is from Roman historians. So, according to them, after her husband passed away, she led a revolt of extermination in 60 CE against Roman Britain, after being whipped and forced to watch her daughters being raped by Roman soldiers. She gathered other Celtic tribes and burned Londinium, or London, to the ground and killed any Roman or Roman supporters they could find. She was later defeated and most likely killed in battle with the last Roman army in Britain. She is still a figure of fierce reputation and a hero of Britain's pre-Roman past.
You will find your chieftain in darkness beyond the wall, where the lowering barren mountains tower over the black, bottomless lochs. Horned men from ancient times roam this land, and of those who venture there, few return. Very exciting.
In the game, Marius goes deep into barbarian territory to rescue fellow soldiers. He is warned that he will find horned men waiting for him as he passes the wall. The wall is no doubt referencing Hadrian's Wall, built in northern Britain around 122 CE, being the farthest northern boundary of the empire. The wall was built to keep people known as the Picts out. However, Marius' trek through the woods is also a homage to the Roman invasion of Britain itself in 43 CE. Where the Celts and Picts of the British Isles were a very mysterious and feared group of people to the Romans. The Testudo is Latin for tortoise, a Roman form of shield wall. It was a strong way to protect soldiers from missiles. It provided ample protection during siege warfare and for assaulting enemy defensive positions. The game uses the formation pretty accurately. Once in formation, however, it was hard to move and fight, so it was not used all the time. The only real tactics enemies could use to break the formation would be to dump boiling oil on the soldiers, or coordinating attacks that knock soldiers out of position. Boudicca in the game invades Rome with her army and war elephants. This is actually a mixture of 4 groups of people in history. The elephants come from wars early on in Rome's history, called the Punic Wars. Hannibal Barca was the famous general who led elephants over the Alpine mountains to invade Italy. Defeating army after army, Hannibal, however, never got the chance to invade Rome itself. Rome, however, was invaded 3 times by other so-called barbarians. The Celts, the Goths, and the Vandals each sacked the city in the empire's history, helping to dispel the image of an invincible Rome. Well, that's our show. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please click subscribe. If you have any game recommendations or comments, go ahead and leave them in the space below. This has been HBTG, and I'll see you next time.